Buthelezi and Mapisa joined the gathering at the hostel. I was briefed that the person to be eliminated or killed was Senzo Meiwa, and the matter is initiated by Kelly Kumar, who was going to make a payment for the whole job. We were positioned accordingly that Nkani will be the driver, Moses Sibia will be the guard, and myself and Carlos will get inside Kelly's house.
So that was a statement there being read by Colonel Solomon Rafadu as he was reading the statement, of how these guys, were planning their plan, on what they were going to do once they get inside into the Kumalo house. So this guy, Solomon Rafadu, is a senior officer in the. So despite a lot of things, there is one thing that is sort of depressing when you look at it all overall, and it is that Kilikumalo was the one who invited Senzo Meiwa to a house. They spent that night together, and when Senzo was shot, Kilikumalo was there witnessing it all, and she drove Senzo to the hospital and was the last person to see Senzo before Senzo left us. And 11 years later, Kilikumalo has not yet been called to come to the court, and tell a side of the story. But this was the person who was at the center of everything. And it's really shocking, how these things are happening. So enter this witness now. This witness that is coming in, is saying that Kelly Kumalo is the mastermind. That is what the witness is saying here, to say Kelly Kumalo is the one who planned it, everything, and the reason why Kelly Kumalo would be planning all of that, to be involving some things like jealousy, because Senzo was committed to his own wife, So with Senzo committed to his wife, this might have frustrated Kelly Kumalo, but to go that far is something, that requires more than just these witnesses. You would need Kelly Kumalo to come, and really clarify, some of these things. So what is happening at the moment, is that as we're seeing these things, it's like a lot of time is being wasted, going round and round in circles instead of going straight to the point in itself. So the state, through Advocate Baloyi, they feel like it makes sense to them, not to call Kelly Kumalo, because they feel like they have enough evidence from ballistic reports, DNA reports, witness statements. They feel like they have a strong case in everything that they have. But you need to call her to come. The reason why I say that, because you have these 5 accused, right? Whom the state says they're the ones who played out everything, after being told what to do by Kelly Kumalo. They are speaking in court, right? Their statements are there before the court, and there is only one statement that is missing, and it is that of Kelly Kumalo. So what the state is trying to pull, it's something whereby they can get these 5 guys to be guilty, then from nowhere they just go and arrest Kelly Kumalo. She is sent to jail without her even appearing in court. That strategy, it's a little bit tricky, to think and see about it, because I feel like Kelly Kumalo will end up challenging this in court, and we're going to spend another 10, 20 years, with appeals, going back and forth, suing each other, instead of dealing with this thing once and for all. I mean, look at the case of Nkosana Makate. How many years is that? They are going back and forth. from the Supreme Court to the Constitutional Court, are sent back to the Supreme Court. This is something that can happen because if these 5 accused are gobbling up something like over a decade, then Kelly Khumalo is going to spend also her own time, because by the time arrested, she is now going to start presenting her own evidence and stuff, etc. So that is it about the witness who spoke, in about the case of Senzo Meyiwa and everything regarding this trial. But anyway, despite all these many witnesses and everything, it's just not convincing to the public. It's not convincing, at least to me. The way these things are happening, it's just not convincing, because it's going round and round and not going to the person who matters the most. So I feel like I have to ask this question and get an answer from a different perspective. For me, it does not make sense. The question is, does it make sense not to call a mastermind a mastermind to be a witness, right? Is this what we want? But no, not as a witness exactly, but to come and tell their side of the story. I think that's the question. Not as a witness, but for the mastermind to reveal their side of the story. Exactly. I feel like it does not make sense. What is this guy saying here? So this one is saying, bottom line, letting the mastermind tell their side informally can be a strategic move to get the story out while avoiding risks of formal testimony, but it's a delicate balance. So it seems as if this technology believes it makes sense not to call Kelly Khumalo, but to me, I feel like it makes sense to call her. But you'll be calling her as a what? As a state witness. You don't want her to be a witness. But as a what? Okay, maybe you arrest her, right? The same way they did to the 5 accused who are now speaking as defense witnesses. Maybe that way. I'll catch you guys on the next one.